It is Thursday night. That means it is the second installment of the Anvil Show. Tonight we're going to discuss what we didn't discuss on Tuesday night, and that is this division up for grabs with Trevor Lawrence potentially being out for a few weeks? Who knows? We got some good practice news today, and of course we got to preview Cincinnati. But before all that, Sammy, go ahead and start me up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Anvil Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Yes, sir. It's going to be sick. Sammy, can we get the readout, please? And there it is. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use DraftKings code 6sports to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL bet. Again, that's DraftKings. Word to our sponsor. Sammy, bring in that other guy. So here's what I'd like to say before we officially introduce Big P. Now, Acosta a week ago or so was talking about me always being on vacation. Well, we won't air his laundry, so there's no need to do that. But what I do know is for the last two nights, Tuesday and now tonight, guess who's not here? So for that, and you mind your business when I'm doing what I'm doing, Acosta, and always talking about somebody on vacation. But let's officially start the show. And while we have you, please like, subscribe, follow all the things: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Who I miss? The X. The fucking X. Find us on the X at SickPodCoats. And plus, I'm at Colts Clyde. The guy that's not here is at Big Country something. And then you're at Pat Doorflying 1.
No, actually, I changed it to Big_P Colts or Big P Colts. Why can't we have it up on the screen here?
How about your name sucks?
How about you suck?
What the hell kind of handle is that?
It's my kind of handle, jackass.
Big P_Colts.
Well, you can only go with what the hell they give you.
Bruh.
Actually,
that is not what you said and thought about to create for a Twitter handle or X handle.
There's no underscore. It's just Big P Colts. Wow.
Have somebody help you. Where's your daughter or where's Tony?
I tried.
Where's
to
Moon
you.
fucking Pie? Get Moon Pie to make the name. I think she can do better. Jesus Christ, man. You are hilarious, bro. Okay. Anyway, that's neither here or there. You heard it. So at Colts Clyde, at Colts Clyde, at Big Country.
Oh, that's fucking original.
It is. And at Big P Colts.
Bruh.
I fucking love it. Now he's gonna be all in his fucking emos and he's gonna change it by tomorrow.
No, I ain't.
Oh my god, he's gonna change it by tomorrow. I guarantee
I
it.
won't do it.
All right, man. So because we forgot to talk about it Tuesday, let's open tonight by talking about the division foes and the injury heard around the world on Monday night. That was Trevor Lawrence getting stepped on by Walter Little late in the fourth quarter. Stepped on his right ankle, I believe, and then he fell really awkwardly and bent up on it more. And then, there was no cart that was brought out. But after hearing him speak, he said he chose not to get the cart. He was just ready to get off the field, and he was afraid that he was going to get really bad news. So he was just trying to hurry himself to the locker room for x-rays. But a day after, so Tuesday, maybe even Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, he came to the podium in a normal slide, seemingly moving okay. He said it's still some swelling there. And he had mentioned something along the lines of, in the event that his body and the trainers give him the nod, that he would definitely be out there. But then Doug Peterson cautioned by saying we will not put our franchise quarterback in further potential harm if he's not able to be 100% himself. So, with all that said,
Yeah, but then
okay.
today somebody posted a video of him out running, throwing, and all kinds of shit on practice field. So I think he's fucking full of shit.
Well, because that's where I was going. Like he wasn't in a walking boot, none of that. And so, okay, first let's clear the air, right? Because sometimes people get a little ahead of themselves. You should never, ever, ever, you know, I guess count your fortunes in the event of some other team's misfortune, i.e., an injury. And sometimes, you're talking crap on Facebook pages and fan battle pages and all that. And then folks basically are saying, okay, well, now you guys are about to be trashed because your star guy is about to be hurt. Ha ha ha. Well, that's not funny. We've seen what it's like to lose AR for the whole season and now have a second stint of no time or second stint without JT for an extended amount of time. So no one wants to have their stars out. Okay, so if people were doing that, that's unfortunate. Now, however, the talk was though, look, we're a hot team, 1-4 in a row. Okay, we're only a game and a half back. That half game is because they have beaten us twice. But at the end of the day, ultimately, it comes down to more wins and losses total. So we could have got swept by the Jags, sure. But if we end our season at 11-5 and they were to fall to 10-6, the division is ours, right? So ultimately, that was the conversation. Like, if he was to miss time and the Colts are super hot, is this something that potentially changes the outcome of the AFC South? And we'll open the floor there. So I get what you just said. He was out there throwing and practicing and all that, blah, 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 blah. But I still feel like there would be a little caution to the wind if they put him out there. Just because, I mean, they're playing the Browns this week, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
They got the Browns. Okay, so what I'm getting at is no Walter Little. Their line's a little banged up anyway. And you got a monster. You've seen what Myles Garrett did to us. He absolutely brutalized
He does
Gardner
it to
Minshew.
everyone.
To everybody, but he brutalized Gardner Minshew, and I think that was because that was the game. Matter of fact, Bernard Raymond was out, remember? So
Yep.
we were throwing everything we could at the guy to even try to chip him. He was going nuts. So I'll give it to you, P. What changes in the AFC South if Trevor Lawrence is out? Is that team still as good as they are without him? And oh, by the way, they lost Christian Kirk as well for an extended amount of time.
No team is as good as their starters. No,
That's
no
fair.
team. Now, are they just going to fall off the damn map? I don't know. We'll find out. Because they still have a pretty light schedule ahead of them.
Yeah, I got you.
So they might still be able to pull off some wins. The thing I want to remind you and everybody else is not to get ahead of yourself and just worrying about the game that's in front of us.
Facts.
And
That's
everything
key.
else. You know what I mean? Because if we go putting all our energy and focus on what the Jaguars are going to do and think there's a chance for us to take the division back, we're not focusing on what's in front of us. And that's really
Right.
what we have to do. We,
Yeah.
Now, is it nice in the back of the head thinking, man, there's a chance we can still steal this division? Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's crazy nice. But I'm telling you right now, Houston Texans fans are in the back of their heads thinking the same way we are,
Right.
and it's going to come down to that last game
Right. Right.
of the season between us and Houston. But if we just stay poised, we stay with what's in front of us, worry about that and that only. So the bigger question is, why are we giving a shit about Sunshine? Let's give a shit about Cincinnati. Let's give a shit about Grover Stewart coming back from a 6-game suspension. Why
That's
ain't
key.
we need to talk more about winning 4 of the 6 games that he was suspended. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Big
This
facts.
whole time we're like, man, we miss Grove. We'll miss Grove. Oh, we're playing Tennessee. We're going to miss Grove. We still won 4 of the 6 games that he was suspended.
Big fact.
Now, if he comes back and he starts wreaking havoc, we're even better off that way.
That's true.
Because we know what Grove can do. We know what Grove can clog it up, man.
That's
We
true.
did miss him, but we still won 4-6. That these are the to me these are the topics that we should really be diving into, not sunshine.
I agree wholeheartedly, and I will preface that by saying, I mean, we should know better than anyone what it's like to count your chickens before they hatch when you're looking ahead. Because you can go back to 2 years ago with Carson Wentz. We control our destiny after that Patriots game. All we got to do basically is win one of the next two. We had the Raiders at home, dropped that one, went on the road with these same Jags we talking about. They had nothing to play for, and they spanked us. And
Yeah,
therefore,
we didn't even show up
yeah,
for that
and
one.
there went our whole like season for all the things that season was, up, downs, and everything in between. In a matter of 2 games, everything changed. We lost Carson Wentz, of course. He's getting his ticket out of there, uh, and seemingly the franchise just started a downturn after that because wow. So yes,
Yeah.
this is more about us and who's on our schedule. And as you said, I mean, we're talking about Trevor Lawrence, and yet we're playing against another team that has a QB that's already out for the season. Not saying that Trevor Lawrence is out for the season, but Joe Burrow's out for the season. But shit, Jake Browning looked pretty great in his second start.
We did.
I mean, the dude played lights out, and we briefly spoke about that on Tuesday night. But there were points in that game where he was big time completion percentage, meaning like he was like 22 for 24 and 26 for 28. I don't know what he finished, but he had like, I'm like, dude is missing. And then Jamar Chase was on that night too, like going nuts. So then Mixon, they had a running game going. And oh, by the way, this is the Jags team we're talking about right now that had Trevor Lawrence all the way up until like 3 minutes left in the game. So you say all that to say they play their tails off with a backup, and Trevor Lawrence was there. So Cincinnati could still be a tough out. And I know his first week, he kind of had the jitters against Pittsburgh, and that was a game that he probably wants to forget. But he has a very short term memory, and he played very well. So we need to be locked in. We need to be locked in on keys, okay? Because there's giant keys to victory in this game. Giant keys are to do whatever we can to contain number one. It starts with him. Put some type of plan together that's going to keep him in some order. And then we also getting Grove back. Got to be able to plug the run because Joe Mixon's a damn good, capable back.
Yeah, and I've seen a couple people on the X today talking about Grover's going to be on a limited snap count, until he can get his football legs back. And honestly, I don't see it. I don't see it because even in the suspension, he's still going to be at the facility working out, running routes, going to meetings, doing all this other stuff. He
Well,
just
he
can't
ain't
run.
running no damn routes. Would you?
Well, you know what? Not routes, but
Oh
doing it,
my god!
doing his D line drills
If
out
Big
there.
Grove was running routes, I know some shit. That's the craziest day ever in my life.
But
But anyway, go ahead.
running D line drills.
Yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
I don't think he's going necessarily need um some JT time to get his
Right,
legs back because he started off. He's out 6 games. I don't think he's that far off
right.
from just from missing 6 games.
Okay. And I mean, in other news too, do we know 100%? Don't know. But we got a good announcement that Juju returned to practice today.
Saw
He's
that.
he's missed 5 games. So basically, he's missed all the time that Grove has missed. Basically. Um, so he's missed 5 total games to include the bye. So 6 weeks we haven't seen number 29 on the field. Quad injury. Didn't really even know the extent of the quad injury, just known it was a quad injury. Didn't know if he pulled something, didn't know if he bruised something, had no idea. But to see him back on the field doesn't mean he's going to play this week, but it shows that, okay, this team is getting healthy at the right time. Now, the practice report did have some other names on it that I don't want to see. Braden Smith back on there, didn't practice. DeForest Buckner on there with a shoulder. EJ Speed on there with a knee. But those guys are warriors, at least the latter two. So I think they'll be out there. And I'm not taking any shot at Braden, but Braden's missed a lot of time here recently.
Not just recently, last year too.
That's what I'm saying, man. He's had everything. Ankles, thumbs, you name it. Like, bro,
Yeah,
what?
and I even think his cuticles hurt him one day.
Okay, see. Now you chill.
Yeah,
Bruh.
I don't know about you, but I'm just I'm
Chill,
over
man.
I'm over that.
Yeah, I mean, Bro,
I
listen, this is
I am.
this is historical. The Colts and their training staff again, and I don't want to take no shots at folks because who am I? I don't know what it is to train an athlete or none of that preparation stuff. I have no idea. But I'm telling you, and every team at some point, I think I said this before, can say this is our team. But historically, this is our team, bro. Like you can go back to, like we said, Bob Sanders before. You can talk about him. You're talking about all the other guys.
All right, now hold on. Now, Bob, I understand. Whenever Bob got hurt, I gave him a pass because
Well,
that
he was
dude's
a
a
dog.
missile.
He's a dog. He's an absolute dog. I wish I
Yeah,
would have known you during that time. I was a psycho. Like Bob Sanders was my dude. I wore a Bob Sanders jersey every day,
me too.
every game. I mean, it's crazy.
I still got mine in the closet hanging
Yeah,
up.
me too. Old
Yeah,
Reebok jersey.
but
It's nuts.
it's different when you have somebody like Bob Sanders that's running 25 miles an hour and hitting people head on,
That's fair.
getting hurt versus a lineman getting hurt. Linemen aren't supposed to get hurt unless they get a knee twisted or an ankle rolled up on.
Mm.
Past that, you're not. Linemen aren't supposed to get injured.
Yeah, because you got big anchor braces on your knees and all kind of shit.
Yeah, and they're not the ones out there running 23, 25 miles an hour, hitting another guy running 20 something plus miles an hour head on.
Fact. No, these giant facts.
And to me, and that's what causes the most injuries on a football field is
1000%.
those kind of guys that are colliding with each other,
1000%.
not linemen. That's why I said I'm getting real sick of this Braden Smith stuff.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, look at Kelly. Concussion after concussion. Couple last year, couple this year.
Yeah, and
You know,
how
he
does
always
a
has.
lineman get concussions?
Well, they are banging heads at every play. I mean, what? Like they hike. I mean, it doesn't always have to be the big hit. It's the constant. You
Okay,
know what I mean?
okay. I'll
Yeah.
give a concussion.
You are a lineman. Maybe
I
you're
know.
concussed.
Concussed for messing with you as much as I
Maybe,
do.
maybe you're currently concussed. How does a lineman get concussed coming from a lineman? What? He's definitely
Exactly.
concussed.
Bruh.
Jesus, P. You're definitely concussed. When was your last football game? How many decades ago?
Don't start on me.
You're still on the IR, some bitch.
I'm still in the protocol.
You've been in the
Was
blue
it-
tent for 28 years. Let me chill the fuck out.
With
Let
some
me
of
chill.
some of the perspectives that I have, you would think I'm in concussion protocol.
It said Big P. Big P been on the injury report for 3 decades. One day we'll get our defensive end?
Tackle and
Yeah.
guard.
One day we'll get our defensive tackle back after 30 seasons of IR.
That's right. I'll be back ready to go, baby.
Still in your high school jersey.
With all my gray, my broke back, no
What
knees.
size?
I'm coming back, coach. Put me in.
What size was your high school jersey? What size?
What size was yours? Extra small?
I didn't play high school ball,
Oh,
but I was tiny. It would have been extra small. I was
it
a
would've been
tiny little bastard.
extra small. You still tiny.
Oh, fuck my life. That's hilarious, dude. Okay. Okay, well we kind of talk keys to victory. So let's officially talk keys to victory, and then we'll get into some score predictions, and then we'll get the hell out of here. So keys to victory. I'll lead this with you, P. What are your keys this week?
Man, definitely going to stay in the trenches. Firm believer. You win and you lose in the trenches. Yes, statistically, our O-line has done a lot better this year. But you still see gaping pushes from the defenses. You still see Zach Moss struggling to find a hole.
Yeah.
Which
is crazy because they be rating our line so high. Like, I don't know, but I see what you see. But anyway,
I know. Yeah, and I'm just going by from what I see. I'm not going by, the stats.
Right.
Because stats don't lie. They're playing well, and they're definitely playing a lot better. But they need to play even better. Now that we're in December ball,
True.
everybody's doing a push to get to the ship.
Yeah.
They get, especially with JT still out. Now I know they haven't ruled him out. Shane Steichen was asked about it, and he said if he's ready, he's playing. So he's not ruled out, but I don't see it happening. So if he doesn't, Zach Moss is a hell of a running back, but he's not JT.
Facts.
Okay, JT doesn't need much of a hole to run through. He will create his own hole. He will create his own separation, and then
Mm-hmm.
his breakaway speed, he's gone. Zach Moss needs those holes to
Facts.
get his downhill speed going.
That's
So,
true.
on offense, our line has got to create holes. Our line has got to keep uh, Gardner clean.
Mm-hmm.
No, because he still doesn't have that pocket presence that we need.
Right.
So you guys, they got to block. They just absolutely have to.
That's
Don't want to
fair.
see him out there being happy feet. Don't want to see him out there getting hit on the blind side. Just block your asses off. I don't even know what kind of defense Cincinnati has.
Kind of like a tandem 4-3 type. They do some stuff. They got some guys that you need to keep an eye on as well. Defensive end's pretty solid. Linebacker core solid. The secondary is really good. Young secondary. I think it's I forget his name, but he's out of Michigan. DJ Turner. DJ Turner's one
Turner,
of them.
okay.
And they got another one out of Michigan a couple of years ago. Like, yeah, they're
So
real fast.
it sounds like they definitely
Risk
have some
takers.
defense to, you know, come after us.
Yeah,
So
Hendrickson is on the line. Yeah, they're solid.
So yeah, our line's got to do their job. If Coach Steichen's gonna have any chance at moving
Yeah.
that ball, they got to do their job first and foremost, and then let Coach do what he does and what he's been doing all year. Finding ways to move that ball. Defensively, still got to be staying in the trenches.
Yeah.
You can talk about Jamar, and yes, that's a big talking point. But if our front four get after the quarterback, what was his name?
Jake Browning.
Brownie. That's it. If they can disrupt him, disrupt his timing,
Mm-hmm.
you take the Jamar Chases out of the equation.
It's fair.
So everything to me is trench warfare.
Okay. So I'll say this. I've seen 2 home games this year. I've seen 2 away games this year. Both home games we lost. Both home games we won. I'm sorry. Both home games we lost. Both away games we won. And both away games we won in overtime in like cardiac fashion. And when you break it down, we are the road warriors this year. We're 5-1 on the road. Okay. And that includes going to Germany. So I say that to say the only game that we lost on the road was the Jags when we went down there because we just can't win in that place. So that one's kind of almost an annual thing here recently, almost 10 years worth of losing in that fucking rat hole. Anywho, staying on task. I just say be the team that you are. I don't know how we have been finding the way to muster that type of grit on the road versus being at home, but keep that up. You know what I mean? Like keep that up, right? Like because the secret sauce, I have no idea what that is on the road, but maybe it's playing in a hostile environment, not having the support of your entire fan base, and just knowing when you look to your left and you look to your right, that's all you got. So if that's it, that's the key to victory. Look to the left, look to the right, because you think about the plays, and I'm not about to try to break them all down here, while we're talking. But if you think about the plays that have been made in clutch moments on the road versus the ones that haven't been made in moments at home, it's insane. It's literally insane. Like we talked about, like Gardner Minshew looked like somebody else on that very last drive. I was like, what? And it wasn't that he had a horrible game or anything like that, but that drive, he had absolute ice in his veins. When I seen them in Baltimore early in the year and they had to have certain plays, he had those certain plays. It was crazy. So I don't know what they're doing in those huddles or what they're doing in those locker rooms on the road, but just keep that shit up. It's going to be a hostile environment. I don't know what the weather's going to be up there. But that wind should be whipping around. If it's a traditional winter day up there, I don't know what the weather's like right now in the Midwest, but if it's a traditional winter day, that open stadium from north to south end is gonna be whipping. That ball will be going crazy. Field goals will be tough to come by. You know, Who Day is a real fan base, so they be up and at them, and the the sounds of the jungle, all the things that they do, all of that'll be there for distractions. But just be the team that you are on the road. That's my key to victory. I don't care what the game plan is on offense or defense. Just continually carry that energy that we've had on every other road game. That's all I want to see. Those are my keys, bro.
I'll
So
take. I will definitely take that. I will. Yeah, because like you said, man, what's that sauce he giving them or the Kool-Aid in the locker room? I
I
don't
don't
know,
know,
but
bro.
keep giving it to them because they keep finding ways to win.
Unless one jab,
Bruh.
unless this
Oh
shit's gonna
shit!
get you suspended because for whatever
Oh,
damn reason, out of the Indianapolis camp, there's another suspension. Al Qadim Muhammad is now out for 6 games for substances. So similar to Grove, he put something in his body that he shouldn't have. So whatever you're giving him in the locker room, keep it up unless it's on the list of don't give and don't take shit. So I'll say that. Okay. Before we get out of here, score predictions. Where we at?
24-21. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be come down to a field goal.
Okay, 24-21. Well, who? Us?
Us.
Okay, fuck.
You know I'm not going against us.
God damn it, I hate this. Let me Omaha me.
Oh shit! Here we go.
All right, no. Okay, 4-game win streak. Okay, 4-game win streak. This would actually be the toughest team out of all of them on that win streak when you think about collective team. Now, don't get caught up in the record. I know they're 500 or whatever they might be, but this team was a Super Bowl team a couple of years ago. They haven't lost much. I mean, Burrow's not there. Browning looked great. But I won't say that was a fluke, but I think he played out of his mind. So I think in a way, even though our defense is soft, we have been getting a lot of pressure from the front four. And last week we had 6 fucking sacks. The week before that, 5 and whatever. So I feel like we have the opportunity to heat this guy up a little bit. And I think that has the chance to take him off his rhythm. And I think he has a traditional backup quarterback type game. I don't see him getting out to a hot 26 for 28 type thing. I don't know what his numbers will be, but I don't think they'll be too glorified because I think he led the league in passing last week with 354 and some tutties. So I don't see that. So I'll say all to say it's gonna be another grind game. And I'm gonna pick the Colts this week. Every time I've done this, though, right? I throw the fucking wrench in the system and we fuck around and lose. But I'm believing in what I see and I believe in blue. So I'm gonna pick them this week. And if we lose, I'm gonna look like you are looking at me on Tuesday. So my score prediction, and we still are scoring our asses off, and we will continue that. 27-17, Indy.
Okay.
That was not a confident call. I hate picking them. It sounds crazy. I'm telling you, I am supremely superficial. Like I don't wear the same socks before every game or something crazy like that. But I still am super uncomfortable when I'm not sitting in my seat at home where I sit and watch the game, even when I'm at the game using my season tickets. That's what's crazy. So on the road, like all of y'all high fives and touchies and shit, like I don't like that. Like all fucking game, Acosta squeezing my shoulders and all that shit. I'm like, Acosta,
Slap hands.
I want to
Slap
stab your face.
hands.
Like that is not how I watch a football game. Like I have high energy moments, I have low energy moments. Like
Not around me and Acosta. You
I
don't
know,
stay.
man.
You
Like
don't
I
get
just can't
high.
focus. Like y'all don't let me focus. So y'all need to let me focus.
Oh, you're focused.
Let me focus. But I will be home this weekend watching the game in my chair where I need to be. So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Any last reattacks?
Nope.
Safe travels to Daniel and Liz and I think E and Becca might slip out there, but a few of the crew is going to make the trip over to Cincy. So we had a blast last week in Tennessee. Carry the anvil, carry the torch forward. Let's take it to Cincy. Won't be the whole crew, but do your thing out there. Make it loud, make it proud. Yeah, let's get the dub.
Let's do it, baby.
Let's do it. All right. Sammy, get us out of here.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.